Hi there, Matt Vandehaar, Pioneer Field Agronomist here in central Iowa, providing an update on the August 10th derecho wind event that devastated much of central Iowa, where I cover, and much of the grain belt. First off, we're praying for you. We know you as farm families had a lot of damage to your houses, to your bin sites, to your sheds and different facilities, and also, obviously, we have a lot of corn damage and wind damage throughout the grain belt. Please understand we're praying for you, and know that reach out if you need anything. We're here to help. Next, make sure you've talked to your crop insurance agent. There's a lot of logistics, and you need to make sure you check the boxes on the insurance side, so please make sure you've reached out to your crop insurance agent as soon as possible. Storage facilities. So I would argue through a 4-county region where I cover, I've probably seen maybe a quick guess of maybe a 60% loss of grain storage facilities, and that's not including the co-ops. So we will have a shortage of facilities if you're in a hard-hit area. And so please be thinking through logistics of whether you want to do flat storage in a shed or a bagger, or know which co-ops near you possibly still taking grain this fall. Be thinking through those logistics. Harvest logistics. So be thinking about a reel, a roller cone, a sweeper, row sense guidance, GPS guidance. All of these things, if you have the ability to purchase, will allow you to have a more efficient fall. It's going to be a long one. So anything we can do to get the crop out of the ground, out of the field as quick as possible, and as efficient as possible, we'll save some money. Next, I start characterizing your field. So we have different types of damage out in the field. We have fields that are completely root lodged, like the one behind me, that's flat, and the root's tipped at the ground. And then you've also got some green crimp. So I wouldn't call this completely brittle snap. We're seeing less of that. We actually have a lot more of this green crimp. Similar effect, you're going to shut down that plant very quickly. There's not much of the vascular tissue left in here. So expect not much of the green crimp fields. You're going to have that ear shorten up, have poor test weights, and possibly have poor quality corn. We're going to be sharing a lot of information this fall. Iowa State's a great resource for grain quality storage. Make sure we pass it out to you and help you understand storing the poor grain separately and how to dry that down properly. We also have some willowing in these fields, and that's not a term widely used within the industry, but we see it a lot right now through much of the devastated areas. And so what this is basically it's a bending of the plant because we sustained some strong winds and it was warm. We didn't snap, and we are still perpendicular to the ground, and that root's not tipped. Those are best case scenarios, but please understand which fields have this willowing or root lodging or snap, because it's going to help you prioritize which fields to go after first. And those heavy root lodged fields and those snapped or green crimp fields are the ones we're going to prioritize early as much as possible to save our grain quality and logistically get less field losses. So be characterizing that. Possibly use a drone if you can to characterize what are the good parts of the field and what are the bad parts, so we can harvest the ugly parts during the dry part of the day, and then possibly have a lot more efficient nice rows at night. Make sure you get some good shots or understand how bad the field is, and have a game plan this fall. Lastly, be safe. We're going to try to harvest as early as possible and as fast as possible, but please be safe out there. Know that we've got a lot of resources we're going to be sharing this fall, and everybody's here to help, so please ask if you've got any questions. Thank you.